Hey guys, welcome to tonight's social media training. I am super excited to do this social media strategy Zoom for you guys. It's something that I know a lot of you have been asking me, and it's going to be super simple to understand. I promise you that. So my name is Natalie Nicole Sychocka. I have been utilizing social media since MySpace days, Xanga days. I just absolutely love it. And with network marketing, I was able to develop a system with attraction marketing that I feel like has been very beneficial for me and for my team. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And it kind of took me a minute to figure it out because I sat down and I was like, all right, how can I describe this in a way that it's just going to like click and make sense? And if you know me personally, you know that I, in recent, have been all about a core four, like core four for everything. You know, what I focus on for development, what I focus on with, just different things in my life. And I'm going to apply that same principle to social media attraction marketing. Strategy basically. So it's probably going to be a little bit different than maybe what you've heard or what you've been taught before, but I truly believe that these four things is what truly does, make attraction marketing successful. So before I get into the four things, I just want to say that it does take time. So attraction marketing and posting in a way to make people come to you in your inbox versus you having to go find the people is not something that's going to, happen overnight. It's a system that you have to trust, just like the gym in your body, right? You don't just go to the gym for one day and lose all the weight or gain all the muscle. Like, it takes time. It takes you learning how to work out. It takes you learning, how to eat the right foods. And I feel like attraction marketing and social media is the same type of thing. It's going to take you time to figure out what your, niche is, what your brand is, how your posting style should be, what your audience wants. And you get better over time, just like you gain strength in the gym over time. Like, we can just, look at everything in that comparison. And then hopefully it starts to make sense. So just be patient with yourselves, be patient with your social media, be patient with your audience, because as you are in transition to posting a different way, it's going to kind of shock your audience, your friends, your family. At first, they're going to be like, like, what is she talking about? And then they're going to start to get intrigued. Then they're going to start to interact and comment. So at first you may get crickets. At first your audience may be like, what is going on? Just like your body in the gym, back to the gym. It's in shock, right? When you first start working out, your body's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, think of social media the same way. So you do need to also keep in mind that there are tools that can help you with this. And I'm going to do another video kind of going over a lot of the apps that I use. I think that would be beneficial for you guys to know as well, that help me with attraction marketing. But for this training, I want to keep it short and simple. And number one, core four value, if you're taking notes, write this down. Number one is value, okay? What value do you have to offer someone? What are you good at? What can you teach someone? What is your hobby that's not having to do with, network marketing, the products, anything like that you can make money off of? Just what is your value? Did you get over like a hardship with your marriage? Did you get over just anything in your life? Like, if you were able to make progress with even the gym, we can talk about the gym. If you're able to make progress with your kids, maybe they used to act out and now they don't. Like, what have you accomplished in your life? And it can literally be as basic or as advanced as like me. I moved twice over the summer. I had two men that cheated on me, and then now I'm able to still like be independent as a woman and hold my own. And that's kind of what I talk about, is my journey with relationships and stuff. But that's in depth. So it doesn't matter what you kind of have to offer to someone or what value you bring to the table, but we all have something to offer, you guys. We all have strengths, we all have gifts that we are able to use. If you are good at editing videos, if you're good at providing people value in a sense of you love cooking and you're just good at recipes, that's something that you can teach other people. To you, it may literally be so common sense and basic that you're just like, yeah, I do that every day, it's not a big deal. But to other people, they don't know that. They don't know how you're able to be a mom and a business owner and do all these things. So you could teach other people how you juggle stuff. So literally any type of value that you can offer. What are you good at? What do people talk to you about? What do people ask you about? Are you really good at, I'm just trying to give you guys some examples. Are you really good at you know, just finding good music to listen to hype you up. I mean, it can literally be as basic as that, but sharing your brand, sharing value to others, what you can teach, inspire, make someone laugh, that is all something that you want to focus on. And I even take it a step further with that. So value your brand, there's a core 4 in that. What are 4 things that you love that people know you for, that you can post about? So that kind of goes into that whole value thing. Okay, number 2 is posting stories on your, posting consistently on your stories, posting on your feed, and also adding to your network. And the key thing you want to write down is consistency. So if you want to be really proficient with attraction marketing and with this strategy of basically tricking the algorithm, not worrying about overposting, not worrying about all those, you know, little things that we do, you know, asking people for likes, asking people to boost your post, you don't have to do that if you are consistently posting, consistently adding, consistently, you know, offering value. So those two kind of go hand in hand. And like I said, this all ties into the whole strategy. So you can't just be posting and adding people if you're not posting and sharing the value. Like they all have to be in alignment with each other. So consistency, that can look different to every single person. So if you are super busy, if you are only working this business as a you know, side income, as just, you know, a hobby, then you can maybe post every other day, and that can be your consistent pattern. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to make full-time income with this, if you're trying to promote fast, then you need to be posting every single day, like non-negotiable. That is the number one thing that you don't skip a beat on. And that is honestly why I feel like my brand has been just established so much over the years, since like 2011, when I really focused on Instagram, was because I never skipped a beat with posting. I would post every single day. It didn't matter if I was leaving my job, if I was going through a breakup, if I was fighting with my mom, it did not matter. I still posted. And you can post the real stuff too. Like you don't have to always post fake that you're, you know, oh, I'm so happy, you know, I do this business. Da, da, da. No, you can post the hard stuff sometimes. Like, is anyone else feeling like, you know, Mercury retrograde's coming after you? Like you can still post things relating to your mood, but just in a positive way that's relatable. That's the biggest thing, is you want to be relatable when you're posting value, so other people can also chime in on it and interact. And being consistent with engaging with your audience. That's another thing, you guys. Write that down. If you're not responding to comments, don't get mad if you're not getting leads and sales, because why should they pay you or respect you or even hear you out on this business if you're not giving them anything to interact with? You know what I mean? Like you want to be a people person. You want to show them that you are someone worthy of their money and their time and their energy. And I will give hands down the biggest shout out to Brooklyn for this, because she is nonstop engaging, commenting back, commenting value on people's posts. And that is why she's so successful. So take note of what Brooklyn does and just kind of mimic it. You know, if she's dropping a comment on something, don't just read it and keep it moving. You also drop a comment that's similar to what she said, but that's just going to get you in the habit of following, you know, the right cat. Because that, not only is that going to boost your engagement on your page, meaning your algorithm's going to go up, meaning more people are going to see your stuff, meaning you're going to get more leads, more sales, more business, but you're also doing the things that Facebook wants you to do. So then they're going to reward you. And whenever you post, you're going to get more traction on your post. So if this is making sense so far, please drop me a 1 in the chat. But making sure you're consistent with engaging, adding, posting, using stories. If you don't know how to use any of those things, I have other trainings already on my YouTube that you guys can look at if there's something specific that you're struggling with. I know everyone's different. Some people, this might be a refresher. Some people honestly may not even know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. The more you hear it, the more it's going to make sense. It's just doing the things, okay? So the biggest thing I do want to touch on is adding. So adding to your network. If you have under 1,000 friends on your Facebook or on your Instagram, if you only have, you know, under 1,000 people that are following you, depending on what platform you're focusing on. And before I even get into that, if you are someone that is not social media savvy, if you are already overwhelmed with social media, pick one platform. Okay, I always say start with Facebook, because that I feel like is easier than Instagram sometimes when you're trying to learn. And because we have our chats on Facebook Messenger, you're already probably on Facebook more. So whatever platform you enjoy, whatever platform brings you, you know, peace and not anxiety. If something's giving you anxiety, then don't do it. That's plain and simple. That's just resistance. So and your audience will sense that resistance when you're trying to force a post, or when you're trying to force, you know, the connection to happen. So focus on one of the two. If you want to do both, if you're, you know, more advanced with social media, that's cool too. But consistency of adding. I made it a routine, a rhythm, a system for myself that during the day I focus on Facebook because that's where the chats are, that's where my team is. And I focus on adding, interacting, posting mainly on Facebook. Then at night before bed, I would be on my Instagram. So if you need a routine, try this. It worked for me. On Instagram, for me, I feel like it's a later crowd, and I don't know, it's therapeutic for me at night to just sit there and just, be watching something on TV, and then following and interacting with people as I'm, multitasking, listening to something enjoyable. So this does not need to be hard. This does not need to be like a chore. Just simple tasks, you guys, simple goals. Set yourself a simple checklist if you need that. If you work off of sticky notes, you just got to get into that system of being consistent, and everyone's going to have something different, that works for them. So I know for me, Instagram at night, I did this with Brooklyn last night. I taught her how I add people on Instagram. Super simple. I looked at how many people I'm following, and then I rounded up to like the next 100th. So I at least followed like 50 or 100 people, depending on where my following number was at. So to give you guys an example, right now I am following 6,842 people. So I would round that up to at least 6,900. So that means I would go and follow 58 people at least. And I know, okay, cool, I followed 58 people. Then I did what I need to do for that day. If you are someone that's trying to really grow your social media, then you should be following 50 to 100 people multiple times a day. I usually like to break it up into 3 different sessions, where I do it, in the morning, afternoon, or whenever I have time in between other stuff. You don't want to do it all at once because then Facebook or Instagram algorithm's going to get mad at you. So break it up. And then that way too, it's easy, you guys. If you're sitting on the toilet, don't just scroll, go add people. If you are waiting for your food to be done, in the microwave, make it like a fun game and go add 10 people. Other people did it in the gym in between sets. They would answer messages or follow people in between reps. Like they had to, follow 10 people and then do the rep. 10 people do the rep. So social media should be fun. If you look at it like a game, I think that takes the pressure and the, anxiety off of it. At least for me, that's what I've taught before. And I feel like just finding ways to fit it into your schedule is what's going to make this not seem so difficult, because it's really not, you guys. We post, we message, we follow up, we get to talk about our life. We get to talk about the products. Like that's easy. And we get paid. Like that is the best job I feel like in the world. You know what I mean? But back to what I was saying. Okay, so Facebook. If you are under 1,000 friends, your goal is to get to 1,000 friends as fast as possible. Why? Because the bigger network you have, the more attraction marketing with your network is going to work. It's a numbers game, you guys. Same thing with stores. Think of a storefront. If I always like to say Victoria's Secret, if Victoria's Secret only had 10 people go into their store, do you think they're going to make a lot of money? No. So if you only have 10 friends on your Facebook, you're not going to make as much money as if you had 1,000, right? If 1,000 people walked in. So look at it like that. It is all a storefront right now on your social media. What are you posting? What are you offering people? What are you portraying? Are you marketing yourself? And that's basically what it is you have to sell yourself first with your value that you have to offer in order to sell the products. So, it sounds kind of, I don't want to say intense. It sounds kind of extreme, but it's not. It really is not. Why did you join the person that you joined? It's probably because you liked what they were posting. You liked how you felt when you read their post. You liked the value that they gave, whether it be a motivational quote, whether it be, them teaching something. It doesn't matter what it is. You just have to find what you're good at and then kind of run with that. So back to the consistency aspect. Find a routine that works for you. Now, sometimes my days get crazy busy. I have a lot going on. Before I go to sleep, I will still post. I don't care if it's 3 a.m., 1 a.m. It does not matter. If I have not posted it for the day, without a doubt, I am posting. Why? Because that's how the algorithm it doesn't matter when you post. When people wake up, they will see your post first thing in the morning, or whenever you comment on it, whenever you wake up, when you reply to someone, it's going to bump it right back into the algorithm for everyone to see it during the day. So don't get hung up on timing. I feel that in the past, it was super important to post, at specific times, but I have posted, like I said, at 4 a.m. and I wake up and there's lots of comments and likes. So to me, it really does not matter when I post. And I feel that the more people you have on your page, the more, traction you're going to get. So if you're not getting interaction, it's maybe because you're just not having enough people see your stuff, right? So if you are under 1,000, get to 1,000 as fast as possible. And then the same thing for every other 1,000th. You can have 5,000 friends on Facebook and make it a challenge. Make it, a goal for yourself to add as many people as you can in 20 minutes, or, you know, the power hours. I'm sure we do that too, where we're going to be telling you guys to add people. So you're probably asking, where do I add people from? I like to add local. I like to add people from my hometown. On Instagram and Facebook, you can search your town. So for me, it'd be Tampa, Florida, and I can search people right there and there. And just add people, mutual friends, add people that look like you would be friends with legitimately in real life, because this is what we get to do. We get to meet new friends. A lot of you probably didn't know each other before this business, right? And now we're all like this amazing team. So that's the beauty of social media, is you can pick who you want to be friends with. You can pick who you want to work with you know, network marketing. And I always say that there's power in proximity. Sometimes people just need that personal connection. You know, like you guys know, Brooklyn and Thor just stayed with me, and they flew here. But if they were down the street, you know, it probably would have been a little bit easier for everyone to kind of have that connection. So I just think that it's important to have a local team. Not saying you have to. I've built, you know, international teams as well, but having people close by, it just does that extra touch, right? If you're trying to have events, if you're trying to meet up, and it's just more fun sometimes. So add from your, you know, local town, add from your high school, add from your college, add from places that people already know you first, because if they maybe remember you, like, oh yeah, I think I remember so-and-so, they're more likely to accept you and to add you. So I always say that, you know, sales are built on trust. And at the end of the day, this is still sales. Even if we're not really trying to sell, it's still sales at the end of the day. So you want to add people that trust you, or that you have some type of, you know, relationship or connection with. And it's just so crazy what happens. Even if the people that, you know, you weren't friends with back in the day in high school, just add them anyways, because they're going to see that you guys both went to the same high school, and then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I probably, you know her from so-and-so, you know, or we probably had a class together, and then they're more likely to accept you. So for Instagram, you can honestly target whatever hashtag, you know, like you can do hashtag Tampa, Florida, and add people from Tampa. I know we're all going to Nashville, so I recently was following people from Nashville because that's a point of contact, right? You know, then they see my posts of me talking about going to Nashville, and then they're like, oh, maybe she's from my town, you know? So you just want to add people from where you go, what you're into. Like for me, you know, I love the gym, so I follow and add people from my gym or other gyms in the surrounding area, because we have stuff in common. So if you're a mom, follow people from other, you know, places that moms go. So whether it be the mall, you know, or the, I don't know, Babies R Us, or parks that are in your area. See who checks in and tags themselves there, and then just start adding. It's really that simple, you guys. You just have to add. You can also go on your friends of friends and add that way. So think of your mom, your sister, your best friend, whoever's not in the business. Go on their page, go on their profile picture, who liked their picture, who likes their posts. Those people are active. They're on social media now. You want to add people that are active. So that's what I mean by friends of friends. I don't mean don't go to their friends list and just start mass adding, because you have no clue if those people are even posting or if they're on social media. You want people that are active, that are going to see your stuff, that are going to, you know, reach out or show interest and start building that relationship. Okay. Does that all make sense? Drop me a number 2 in the chat. If you have a question, please ask, and then I can go into more depth on that topic. But the biggest thing, you guys, like I said, value, then consistency. Number 3, okay? Number 3, self-development. Probably weren't expecting that one, right? Number 3, self-development when it comes to attraction marketing strategy. Why? Because if you are not knowing how to post, if you are not knowing what to post, the chances are is your cup is empty. You don't have anything to pour. You don't have anything that's inspiring within you. And that's okay. It happens to me sometimes too. And that's why I know, okay, I need to go watch a video. I need to read a book. Like I need to do something to lift my spirits up, because this business can be hard. Life is hard in general. It's not even about this business. Life is hard in general, right? We go through a lot of stuff. As people nowadays, there's so much, you know, out there going on, whether it be in the news, whether it be with families, with kids, marriages, you know, relationships, just all of the things. So that's why we need to make sure that we are lifted, that our mind is receptive to good things, so that way we can make way for more good things, right? So you got to clean out the bad. And that means sometimes too, if you get down or if you get mad or pissed off or angry at certain things like the news, then stop watching it, because that's going to portray to your audience. That's going to portray to your post. So for me, I haven't had cable in I don't know how long, because I don't like any commercials annoy me. Like I just don't like anything to do with TV or cable. So I just don't have it. So I know that for me, I'm controlling my environment because we can't control other people. We can just control how we react to them. So if I don't like the news, then I'm not going to watch the news because I feel like it always puts me in a mood and I get nothing good out of it. So same thing with movies. If you're watching movies that aren't good for you or listening to music that, you know, isn't good for you, and then you're struggling to post, well, think of the cause and effect. Why are you in the mood that you're in? Why are you not inspired to post? Why are you not creating the content or trying to think of your, you know, your story for your lifestyle post and then try and change it? Just, you know, a simple change like that can go such a long way for your business. So I always say that we get paid to become a better person, right? Network marketing is self-development with a compensation plan. So the more you grow, the more you're going to earn, the better people you're going to attract. And that comes with attraction marketing too, self-development. If you're posting that you're bettering yourself, that you're reading a book, that you're learning, you know, from John Maxwell, from Tony Robbins, like that looks good. Like your audience is going to be attracted to that because everyone wants that hope. Everyone wants that positive light on social media. So be that light. And it may feel weird at first. Like I said, at first your audience may be making fun of you. They may judge you. Who cares? Unfriend them. Keep it moving. You're going to attract the right people if you just keep going. So I feel like sometimes we have that block where we're scared to let people go. But what is our motto as a company, you guys? You have to first remove the bad in order to let the good in. Look at your social media the same way. If you only see negative stuff on social, it's time to remove those people. I've had to clean out my friends list over and over again, and I'm still doing it. If I see someone posting something raunchy or negative, I just remove them, and then I just go add more people. And it's that simple. Look at your social media and your friends list as like a funnel, constantly going in and out, and that's how your network will never get burned out. That's how you will always have new leads and new potentials commenting on your posts if you are doing the first two things, right? Value and consistency. So not only back to self-development, not only will you attract better people, you are going to be inspired to actually post. I know that for me, my best posts, my best lifestyle, you know, inspirational posts come from after I've listened to Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, or, you know, a motivational speaker on YouTube, or I've read a chapter of my book, or I went to church, or I listened to, you know, worship music or a sermon. You can do any of those things. It doesn't matter what it is, just something to lift you up, to make you feel good. I know for me too, whenever I go to the gym and I release positive endorphins and I'm feeling good about myself, that's also when I write the best posts. So if you're not doing something to take care of you, how can you expect to provide good content, good value for others, right? So make sure you are doing those things. And it doesn't matter, honestly, when you do it. First thing in the morning, obviously, is the best time because you want to pour into your mind first. But if you know that right before bed is the only time you have 5 minutes to read a chapter of a book, then do that. And small baby steps, you guys. Don't feel like you have to sit there all day and listen to videos. You can if you want to. It's going to help. But, you know, read a page a day. Read a chapter a day of a book. It does not have to be overcomplicated. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, is just we don't know where to start. You just have to start. It's the same thing with all of these things. Posting, adding, just start tonight. Just start doing it right now as I'm speaking, okay? Because you're always going to make an excuse. You're always going to say, oh, I'll start tomorrow, or oh, I'll wait till the right time. No, it's just now. Just start now, okay? Okay, so number 4. Okay, ready for this? Attraction marketing strategy, you guys. Number 4, be you. Stop trying to be everyone else. Who are you? And this goes back to the first thing with value. What is your brand? Who are you? What is your favorite color? Use that emoji, okay? You know, like figure out who you are and then do that, because people can tell if you are authentic or if you're copying and pasting on social media. People can tell because they can see one value post and then one post where you don't put that much effort and it does not match up. It's not consistent. That's another thing with consistency with attraction marketing. If you are yourself, you are always going to post consistently. You are always going to show people who you truly are, and that's what's going to attract people because they can sense that it's really you. I know for me, I've done that before too, you guys. I'm guilty of it, and that's why I know that it doesn't work when I copy and paste people's posts, or when I post stuff that doesn't like have the same vibe or the same energy as my normal post. it doesn't do well. I don't get as much traction. I don't get as much leads. I don't get as much anything from it because it's fake. No one wants fake anymore on social media with attraction marketing. People want real, authentic. So that's why sometimes you do have to talk about the hard stuff. Sometimes you do have to talk about, that you did go through something, but you were able to overcome it, because that gives people hope that they can also do that. So by you being you, you're going to inspire, you're going to motivate, and you're going to attract the people that you can help, that then, maybe that eventually turns into a sale, or maybe that eventually turns into them joining this business because you've built that friendship with them by interacting and engaging with them. So it's all kind of a domino effect, but don't look at it as you have to compare yourself to someone else. Like, no, your chapter 1 is here. Someone else's chapter 200 is here. Just start today and be you. And if you don't know it yet, you don't know what style you want, you don't know how you want to post. Sometimes I post little quotes. Sometimes I post huge, long lifestyle posts, but that's me. The combination of all of that is me. So you have to find what works for you. If you like posting, I know there's, the Bible verses, sometimes you can post those. Do that consistently. So whatever you like to do consistently. I'm trying to think what else I see on social. I know some people, they love to post, their kids doing something crazy or silly. If that's you and that's your family and that's your life, then do that. And you're going to attract other moms that also do that. So I know Kristen, she's got all these animals. If you have all these animals, then post your animals, because then you're going to attract other people that also have that. And maybe they're going to be like, how do you have time to have all these animals? Boom. Then the business comes up. So it's always good to just focus on you, like who you are, what you have to offer, and then everything else is going to fall into place. It's truly that simple, you guys. And something else that I wrote down is you don't want to overdo it, in a sense of, don't try too hard to figure this out. Just whatever first comes into your mind, whatever first comes, onto your notes as you're typing. And I like to type all my posts out in my notepad. I have like 600 posts, like all started or saved from someone else for inspo, and eventually I'll use it. I don't know when, but I gather content to help me get the juices flowing, to let it flow, like Catherine just said. And it takes time. And the more you do this, the more you just let go. And I don't want to be cliche, but let go and let God guide you, or, let go and just trust the universe, whatever you believe in, then it's going to happen. Like, you're going to figure it out. It just takes time. So that's where the patience thing comes in. Okay. So value, consistency, self-development, and just be your authentic self. That is the key to attraction marketing in my, point of view, from my eyes. And, it just takes time. So like I've said before in my previous trainings, give it at least 2 weeks, 2 months, and it will change your business. It will change your life, but it just takes that time to figure it out, to come up with, a color scheme that you want to use, to come up with some of the presets that I'm going to talk about with the apps. It just takes time to figure that out. But once you do it, you're going to feel good, and you're going to feel confident too. And that's another thing, is your confidence is portraying through your social media. So if you're not confident about what you're posting, do some research, ask for help, try and figure out a different or better way to do what you're trying to do, because it should feel natural. So if you're trying to force things, and I'm not saying that it's not going to be getting out of your comfort zone, or, feeling like, ooh, like, should I post that? Like that's different than forcing something that you shouldn't be posting, or that you don't want to talk about. Sometimes the greatest things that we talk about is going to give us the biggest blessings, because we got out of our comfort zone. But I'm saying, if you're trying to post like me, with the gym stuff or the motivational quotes, and that's not you, then it's not going to work. And that's okay. You have to just be you. So does anyone have any questions? I know I kind of ran through that quickly, but I wanted to keep this training short, because it truly is that simple, you guys. Any questions? No? All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to stop the